Hello, I'm Tammy Reese with New York Women in Film and Television. Congratulations, Bryce, on directing Pets. I'm excited to talk to you about it today. What I love most about watching this documentary was the different people, the different cultures, the different ways of living with animals. What other aspects to this documentary do you think would make audiences interested in watching?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. For me, I love pets. I love celebrating pets and their people. And, like you said, there are stories of them from around the globe. But I'm also one of those annoying people who watches pet videos obsessively and shares them. Like if you have like a text with me, like you will wake up to 15 texts of pet videos every single morning. And I just like that feeling of like, oh, the dopamine hit that you get is undeniable. And so I had started kind of collecting all of these videos and wanted to find a way to bring it all together. And then in addition to that, I mean, talking to kids, getting to talk to kids about their pets was so enlightening. Oftentimes kids, it's their first sort of experience with authority in a way where they're the one who's in charge. They're the one who needs to be responsible and make sure so and so is eating and so is getting walked and being let outside and all of that. And so in talking to kids about their pets, it's wonderful and hilarious, but it's also really interesting because they're almost like little grown-ups. They have
Yeah.
strong opinions and so many stories. And oftentimes, parents can get distracted, siblings can be bullies, but pets are really there for kids when you're growing up. They are really present to you. And there's a stability that a pet in a household with children can give. And so just, getting to interview kids, that was and hear from them what that sort of like pet experience is like. I loved getting to do that.
Is there a message that can be sent to those who are not pet owners, and what could they obtain from watching?
Oh, that's a great question. Having a pet, raising a pet is not necessarily right for everyone at every single moment of their lives because it is a huge commitment. It's a huge responsibility. There are economic responsibilities that come with it. And so definitely I didn't want the takeaway of this movie to be that like every single person needs to have a pet. And if they don't, they're incomplete because that's just not true. But I do feel that it's, even if you don't have a pet, like most people like animals. Most people um, are sort of touched by that relationship. These are interspecies relationships. We don't have the same language, and yet we can still communicate with one another. It's almost supernatural in a way. So whether or not you've got pets at home or not, these are stories that reveal our humanity and reveal a lot about the human experience and what how people show up in the world and the ways in which people can be amazing. So while it is a movie that's called Pets, there are a lot of human interest stories in there.
Thank you for sharing that, Bryce. You got some powerhouses behind this project, one being yourself, Imagine Documentaries, your father, Ron Howard. What was the collaboration like in making this all come into fruition?
So I love Imagine documentaries. You could say that I'm biased, but I would like to say that I'm not. That it's an amazing place to work. I'm biased because my dad is one of the founders of the company, obviously. But I got to work with Imagine documentaries. Actually, a lot of the folks within them, that group, that department, I'd worked with before actually they were even involved in Imagine because I was doing sort of short documentaries here and there. And so it's the collaboration with that group of people that is most exciting for me. And so when we were doing dads, I was like, oh my gosh, we have got to do a pets movie. We have to do a pets movie. And I pitched it to one of the producers who at the time was one of the heads of Imagine Documentaries. He's now the president of the company. And and he was like, sounds bad for my allergies, Bryce. I was like, no, you don't have to be on set. And cut to now he has a dog at home and this dog is the love of his life and he's got a kid and all of that. But I so badly wanted to continue that collaboration. It's the same DP, same editor, the producer, Elizabeth Jameson, who's amazing. I worked with her on Dads and I've worked with her on other projects before. And so it is about documentaries. I love watching documentaries. And so just, it really was about like, okay, we want this collaboration to continue with these individuals. And so getting to work with Imagine Documentaries again was so amazing. And of course, I love my dad. He's wonderful. He's not involved at all in the day to day or anything like that. And I'm a little bit the worst because I a little bit like keep him out of the loop probably more than he would be on other projects. But he's watched it and loved it. And he's, very supportive. He's a pet man himself.
I love it. Congratulations. I'm excited for everyone to see Pets coming to Disney Plus. Keep up the
Thank
great work, Bryce.
Thank you so much. Thank you.